I love this meme that's going around that's saying, look, AI is not going to take your job, but someone using AI will. Or for our context, you are not going to be put out of business by AI, but you will be put out of business by a tour operator using AI. Hi there, Kelsey Toner here, the founder of Guest Focused Tour Business Coaching, where every day myself and a team of experienced tour business coaches are helping you build thriving, profitable tour businesses using our Guest Focused formula. But in this video, we're going to be looking at 8 alarming AI predictions for you as tour business owners and why you can't afford to ignore these. In other words, we're going down the rabbit hole on what the future of AI holds and its likely impact on the industries in which we work every day. Sundar Pichai, Alphabet Inc. CEO, the parent company of Google, has said that AI is one of the most profound things we're working on as humanity, even more profound than fire or electricity. Peter Diamandis, the author of Abundance, Bold, the X Prize Foundation, and SpaceX, says there are going to be 2 kinds of companies at the end of this decade, those that are fully using AI and those that are out of business. When we hear quotes like that, you might be wondering, well, is AI really that significant to me though? Is it gonna radically change the way that I live my life day to day or the way that I run my tour business? And the short answer is yes, and sooner than you think. So you might rightly be wondering, well, Kelsey, why should we be listening to you and your predictions if things are changing so fast? Do you know the future? Of course not. I make no claim to have special access to what's going to be happening in the next months and years. But that being said, I want to let you know that I've been following this really closely. I've been listening to podcasts, following the technologists, reading articles from people at DeepMind, Google, OpenAI, Microsoft, and beyond. And I've been keeping a pulse on our own industry, participating in AI events hosted by Arrival, and speaking with colleagues and technologists here in our own industry. I think it's so important to make these bold predictions here and now, not only because I believe there's a high likelihood of these predictions coming true in the next 2 to 5 years, or something very close to these predictions, but also because there's incredible opportunities for tour business owners like you who choose to leverage this technology and embrace the AI wave, and there's enormous costs for those who ignore it. That being said, we've also created a very simple and down-to-earth video on how you can use ChatGPT and AI technology right here, right now. It includes simple guest-focused guidelines for getting the best out of ChatGPT and sample prompts and inspiration for how to get started. If you haven't seen that video yet, I highly recommend it. But now let's dive into 8 predictions that are coming our way. The first prediction is the rise of the AI personal assistant. We are going to see AI technology evolve and move away from these chat-based prompts to something more akin to a superpowered personal assistant for every human being on the planet and every tour business. Now, think of Jarvis from the Iron Man movies, or possibly from the movie Her with Joaquin Phoenix, where you had this personal assistant who got to know you, your desires, what's important to you and your family, and is there to help you with every single task that you do throughout your day, both professional and personal. So everything from helping you in your tour business to helping you with planning your own next holiday, helping you get your kids registered to school, helping find a nursing home for your parents. These types of personal assistants is the future of where this AI technology is going. And you can hopefully see how much more profound and impactful that's going to be than the simple chat-based interfaces that we're using here today. The implications here for the tourism industry are profound. Now that each traveler will be equipped with their own superhuman personal AI, they're very likely going to replace many of the travel agents that we've used in the past, or the self-booking that we've done with OTAs. Now it will be your hyper-talented, hyper-vigilant AI personal assistant who will be not only researching and presenting and planning your holidays, but checking availability, making those reservations, and being there as a real-time concierge to make changes, to change plans, and be with you your entire holiday. So increasingly for you as a tour business, you're going to be interacting with personal AI assistants versus the actual individuals that you serve. So you might be able to see our prediction number 2, which is the rise of AI staff or AI copilots. Almost everything you do in your tour business will soon be able to be done by an AI staff or a staff member using an AI copilot or tool that is going to make them 100 times more efficient. Let's break down some of the verticals in your tour business to explore this. Let's first talk customer service, where there's going to be a revolution, and enormous volumes of customer service is now going to be handled entirely by these capable large language models. This AI will be trained not only on your tour business, your policies, your procedures, and some of the most frequently asked questions or thorniest challenges, but it's going to be able to respond with empathy and using your own brand voice or brand tone. It's likely going to be a chatbot that lives on your website. It'll be able to respond to emails, manage your online reputation and online reviews, and eventually it'll even be answering the phone. And what about human resources? Well, it's very likely that you're going to have an AI that's responsible for onboarding your new talent, making sure they've got all of their paperwork filled out, you've got their tax information, that they're given everything they need to get off to a great start in your company, including an orientation or introduction to some of your policies and procedures. The same thing will happen with your bookkeeping and accountants. AI software will be able to outperform some of the top accountants and bookkeepers on the planet. Where this gets really exciting is your AI staff for sales and marketing. Imagine having the most talented sales reps on the planet who never sleep, who have superhuman abilities in terms of research and lead gen and closing ability. You can simply give a goal to this AI staff. Hey, I would like more of this ideal target customer from this particular region of this particular business size. Well, they're going to go out and they could break this down into a number of steps that either you could create the process for, or you could simply leave it to your AI sales rep to go and do their thing. So they will do the initial research. They will reach out and create a database of all of the contacts. They will reach out probably and do some cold emailing or cold outreach via email, text, or potentially even phone. They can set up appointments. They can find out and listen empathetically to what that individual client is looking for and figure out the best way to close them and how to move them down the sales process. They can even then manage communication between that client until the day of their experience and possibly afterwards to encourage referrals or to go ahead and leave online reviews. The same sort of thing applies in our marketing department. You are going to have AI staff that are going to be able to manage, create, run all of your marketing campaigns. Some incredibly influential entrepreneurs are already saying that the next billion-dollar company is going to have just 3 human beings in it, and then an entire army of AI talent and staff. Now, as we work towards that future, we are already seeing the proliferation of AI tools and AI copilots, meaning it'll likely still be in the near term your staff who is then leveraging this AI tool or assistant, and it will have very specific niche. But in time, I'm very much imagining the future that'll be like the Matrix, where you simply plug in this new ability, this new data set, or this new database, and your personal AI or your personal staff suddenly has that ability to do bookkeeping, suddenly has that ability to do sales. And so the third bold prediction that follows from these first two is the rise of AI to AI communication. Very soon, we're going to be living in a world where there are hundreds of millions of AI agents or personal assistants interacting with and engaging with hundreds of millions of AI staff for businesses and organizations. Now, this is going to create incredible efficiencies. This communication will happen at lightning speed, but it's very, very important, arguably more important than any time before now, to make sure that our products and our services are presented in a way that is not only easily read by human beings, but now easily read, easily understood, and targeted to these AI agents as well. Connectivity is going to be more important than ever. Now, of course, behind every one of those AI agents is going to be a human being or an organization with needs, wants, desires, or goals. But hopefully you're starting to see the profound implications that AI is going to have across the entire society. I even saw some predictions that were talking about doctors being held liable if they were not using an AI agent or an AI copilot when they're doing their diagnosing or their prescribing. There are something like 6,500 new medical research papers published every single month, and there's no way that your doctor can keep up with all of that. So is he ultimately going to be negligent if there is now this superhuman AI tool to help them get to a better result? Okay, those are the big and bold predictions around these AI agents. But let's take a step back and let's have a look at, in the next few years, what do we think is going to happen to some of the key players in our industry, from online travel agents right down to the individual tour guide. Let's start with those marketing agencies that work here in the tourism space. No question, they are going to have their businesses supercharged by this AI. That should mean a 10x to 100x increase in the output and a substantial decrease in the cost to get there. So the question is, are they going to pass that savings on to you as an individual tour business owner? Well, as Jeff Bezos famously said, hey, your margin, well, that's my opportunity. So if those prices don't come down, expect a lot of disruption in this space as new super lean marketing agencies are able to come in and provide the same kind of value, if not more, at a much cheaper price. I would also expect a huge disparity in those early adopters. So if your marketing agency is not leaning into AI, I would find one that is. You are going to be able to outcompete those other tour operators who are simply not using it yet. Okay, what about booking software companies? Well, I expect to see the rise of the AI feature set, meaning that many of these booking software companies recognize that if they're taking a percentage of your bookings, of your sales, then the better that they can help you grow your tour business, the more effectively they can leverage these new AI tools, the more money they are going to earn, the faster they can grow their own business. Not only that, but this set of AI tools, if it starts being bundled in with your booking software, sort of all-in-one business management platform, that's going to be another reason for people to switch to your platform. We see this already with certain booking softwares offering done-for-you Google Analytics support, done-for-you websites, and a number of services. But now I think those services are going to further encroach on the marketing agency's territory. Meaning, are we going to have AI tour descriptions written for you and automatically A/B tested constantly and ongoing by an AI tool or agent to get you the best conversion rate possible? Are we going to see a rise in done-for-you marketing? Hey, plug in your social media accounts, plug in your ideal customer avatar and some information about your tour business, and our AI agents are going to automatically manage your social media. Hey, we'll do that for your email marketing. Hey, you want to have a blog strategy? No question, we'll do that too. Oh, hey, and did I mention that AI-powered customer service bot that can manage your email, that can manage your online chat, help you close sales, and knows your company forward and backwards? Well, hey, you get one of those too. I expect a lot of consolidation in this space, where we might see booking software companies acquire AI forward marketing agencies, or they might license the technology directly. Either way, I think this is going to be a great time to be a tour business owner, as we'll have more and more all-in-one solutions and more competitive pricing as these people work to get your business. Okay, what about prediction for the online travel agents? The Bookings.com, and Expedia, or more specifically in our industry, the TripAdvisor, Viator, Klook, Get Your Guide, and others. Well, no question, they have the all-important connectivity and the all-important data set. In the age of AI, this is only going to become more valuable. I would expect that they're going to start actually listing this as an asset in their financial bookkeeping. They are going to be well served by this AI revolution, and I honestly think their market share is only going to grow. Next, of course, their marketing departments, which are extremely sophisticated and operating at a scale that dwarfs many companies in the world. Well, guess what? They just got those supercharged AI tools, copilots, and agents as well. They are going to be ferocious in terms of getting the competition, competing on search results, and doing everything they can to make sure that visitors are going to them first, and those AI personal assistants will have the connectivity to jump into their network. These online travel agents and companies like Airbnb are going to have the incredibly effective tools to now get the right message in front of the right person at the right time. And I fully expect them to lean into this data. Now, more specific to our industry, thinking about companies like Viator and Get Your Guide, I imagine that they're going to be writing tour descriptions for you if they are not already. This means also A/B testing and constantly tweaking and optimizing your tour descriptions and your sales pages to help them move more product. A lot of this stuff is going to move further and further out of your hands. And what about a prediction for us here at the tour business level? Well, as you've already seen in some of those previous predictions, this is not all bad news by any stretch. What is incredibly unique about the AI revolution is that it is very democratized. This is something that is going to be accessible to you as a small and medium-sized tour business owner just as much as it's accessible to the larger OTA. If you're looking to increase your direct sales and find creative new angles to sell more tours, you are going to have more tools than ever, including an AI that can help you research and brainstorm those new ways to outcompete some of those larger competitors. And of course, there's a warning in all of this as well. I love this meme that's going around that's saying, look, AI is not going to take your job, but someone using AI will. Or for our context, you are not going to be put out of business by AI, but you will be put out of business by a tour operator using AI. The competitive advantages on offer here are not slight. they are going to be massive and orders of magnitude larger than any other technology we've seen before. To make this super concrete, just think about your reliance right now on showing up in search engine results for certain keywords. Now, a competitor armed with some of these new AI tools and marketing agencies will be able to rapidly bump you off of those search results, costing you a lot of sales, and then multiply this across any number of different marketing campaigns or marketing strategies. We are about to be hit with an absolute wall of content, a tsunami of AI-generated images, video, audio, and written content. It's essential to keep in mind that if you hold back, if you're nervous about leaning in and embracing this technology, you will fall behind, and those advantages will go to the early adopters. Well, how about a prediction for our tour guides, tour leaders, and experience hosts? Well, I think it's time for a sobering reality check on just how effectively these personalized AI agents are going to be able to do the traditional role of a tour guide. We've often held out that audio tours or very simple computer interface tours just lacked that personalization and customization that a real live tour guide could bring. But guess who does that better than any tour guide on the planet right now? A personal AI that knows all of your past preferences, what you're looking to get out of your holiday, and who helped you not only research, plan, and book this entire holiday, but now they're right there in your ear and can give you recommendations in real time on restaurants, on where to pick up souvenirs, on live events that will be happening. Not only that, but imagine now that that AI could morph into historical characters. They can do things that guides simply can't do. Okay, I want to have a conversation with Karl Marx about his time in London and walk me through where he stayed. Or in Paris with Ernest Hemingway, or take me back and interact with me as Jesus of Nazareth. The incredible opportunities for AI tour leading and AI experience hosting in combination with things like autonomous vehicles and new forms of mobility are really going to be profound and staggering. Do I think that tour guides and experience hosts are going to disappear? I do not, but I think we have to completely reimagine the role of the tour leader and what goes into creating impactful experiences. And so my final prediction also comes with an opportunity for you as a tour and experience business owner. That prediction is that this rise of isolation and this epidemic of loneliness is only going to continue to worsen or continue to accelerate. If you are able to create experiences that bring human beings together, that immerse them in rich sensory experiences, that create memories that last a lifetime and help them move away from screens, virtual reality headsets, the metaverse, and countless other AI distractions, you are going to be providing a phenomenal service. We as experience hosts bring people together and strengthen those bonds of humanity, and that is going to be more in demand than ever before. It's time to do a bit of a gut check with your tours, activities, and experiences. Are these truly irreplaceable? Are these aimed at serving a very specific niche at the highest possible level? Because more than ever, people are going to be rejecting mediocre mass tourism and generic experiences for personalized, high-touch, customized experiences built totally around their pain points, needs, wants, and desires. And that's why our guest focus formula is the secret sauce to surviving this AI revolution. If you can pick an ideal target guest and turn out the noise, stop trying to be everything to everyone, but create unforgettable experiences for that specific individual, you will thrive in this new environment. And of course, as you leverage these new AI tools, Copilots, and AI staff, you're going to need to train them. You're going to need to use prompts and ensure that they are just as guest obsessed as you are. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. But before you go, I want you to let me know in the comments down below where I got it wrong. What are your predictions about AI and its impact on the larger tourism industry, but specifically the tours and activities sector? Thank you so much for being here, and it would mean the world to me if you shared this with a couple of your colleagues or friends and got them in on the conversation. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.